Political consultancy Cambridge Analytica and its British parent firm SCL Elections Limited are shutting down immediately. The company said that they would begin bankruptcy proceedings after losing clients and facing mounting legal fee following reports the company wrongly harvested Facebook users' personal data from 2014. Allegations of improper use of data on 87 million Facebook users by Cambridge Analytica, which was hired by President Donald Trump's 2016 US election campaign, has hurt the shares of the world's biggest social network and prompted multiple official investigations. British lawmakers have expressed concerns, saying that the shutting down of the company should not be an attempt for the company to evade legal action.
The process of holding them to account is ongoing. You know, we wanted Alexander Nix to come back and give evidence to the Select Committee because we felt there was very strong concern that his evidence had been misleading. The Information Commissioner had today been expecting Alexander Nix to confirm whether he would go and see her to give evidence under caution. The deadline for that was today, yet today the company has been closed down. There will be concerns that these investigations are not completed, and they need to be completed, and the people, you know, if wrongdoing has occurred, the individuals held responsible for them, and not just to say, well, because the company's closed, no more action can be taken.
And to bring us more details on this news story, I am joined in by our London Bureau Chief, Mandy Clark. Let's quickly go across to Mandy. Mandy, what are the charges that Cambridge Analytica is actually facing?
So they're not facing any charges as such. They want clarity. They're calling them back to give evidence, to provide evidence. First over it was fake news, but now also over their using of data. When Alexander Nix did address that committee, he said that they didn't use or hold on to personal data. Of course, this was well before Christopher Wiley, the whistleblower, came out and exposed what Cambridge Analytica was allegedly doing. Now, the MPs believe he was misleading, and they want to have further questions to answer. There is a investigation ongoing into Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica claims they closed down because of a loss of business, but the worry is that they went into insolvency to essentially hide, to cut and run, and to hopefully, in their minds, end those investigations that are happening into the business. It's very clear from the parliamentarians that they don't want that the investigations must go on, whether the company is still running or not.
Right. Mandy, we all know that Cambridge Analytica is a firm which has global outreach, including Italy, Kenya and Nigeria. But, you know, why is it now that it is finally shutting down? Why is it saying that it is shutting down?
They cited specifically a loss of business. It could, and they couldn't keep the business running as a business because after the scandal it broke out, all its clients seemed to have departed. Now, that could be a very legitimate reason to close down a business, but the worry is they're closing down to stop the investigations. Now, it's clear that's not going to happen, but the reason they say is all the negative press means they just can't get the work.
Right. Also, Mandy, is the other question that emerges now is that they are going to actually shut down, or they might just, you know, emerge in some other incarnation or guise?
Well, that's very possible. The members of the company could reform a different company and reemerge in some way. In many ways, it's a bit like Pandora's box. It's been opened. We know that it's possible. So will other companies use such techniques? It's hard to say. For the minute they say it's closed down, they're not planning to reopen in any form. But you know, we've seen in the past other companies who have shut down only to reemerge months later with all the same members of staff under another name. So that will have to be something we wait and see.
Right. Mandy, also it's important to analyze what action Cambridge Analytica had already taken, because we all know that they claimed to have deleted all the information despite claims to the contrary by others.
That investigation is ongoing. So the Metropolitan Police in Britain got a warrant to go into their offices. They've taken the data. Now, they haven't finished that investigation. They moved very quickly on that. As soon as the warrant was approved, within an hour, the police were in the offices because they were so worried that Cambridge Analytica might destroy evidence that they held on to that the Facebook user data. So we don't know the outcome of that investigation because it's still ongoing. You can imagine there's lots of files, lots of computers to go through in that investigation. So there's a number of investigations going on almost in tandem. There's investigating, did they lie and break the law and hold on to that data? We'll find out hopefully soon as the police investigate that. And also, did they lie to the MPs? Did they mislead the Parliament when they gave evidence?
Right. Also, Mandy, you know, since a lot has emerged since the scandal unfolded in March, now, is there a Brexit link also over here that we are looking at?
Yes. So what the whistleblower, Christopher Wiley, alleged was this kind of test case on whether their modeling of how they do their work, where they had this personality test, and then they could do very targeted efforts for the campaign that they were hired to influence your voting pattern. The whistleblower claims that Cambridge Analytica was hired by a Leave campaign to test out this theory, and it was so successful they used that evidence to the Trump campaign. So that is the allegation put forward by Christopher Wiley. It's something that people are still looking into, and that police will be looking into those allegations. Christopher Wiley has been a campaigner for a revote because he believes that democratic process has been interrupted by the work they did.